What is up, everyone? Can you hear me? Let me know. If you're in my wolf pack, we're using the YouTube chat this morning, not the Discord chat, for questions. Just to let you know. Am I live? Can you guys hear me or no? What is up, y'all? Welcome to the stream. Pre-market prep Tuesdays. We're doing something a little bit different today. Normally we've been doing these on Mondays, but as you guys have maybe noticed, I don't trade that much on Mondays. I like to use Mondays to let things shake out. I like to use Mondays to get a feel for the week's action, okay? It's always been that way. It's not always been that way, but as I've gotten better at trading, I realized especially to the long side, not knowing what the week's going to bring pattern-wise, setup-wise, and momentum-wise, I just find it best to use Monday mornings to go ahead and let things shake, like I said. Good, good. Where's everyone joining me from this morning? All right. Welcome. We're going to get right into it as always. No BS. No nonsense. Just going to show you guys exactly what's going on. The markets, guys, have been absolutely on fire, okay, in terms of big runners every single day. Weird thing was yesterday's theme was slightly different, okay? Yesterday's theme was kind of higher priced stocks for the most part. So we were seeing a lot of bottom bouncers and stuff the previous week. Okay. But let's get right into my scan. Filter out a few things. It's too much stuff on here. Okay, we've got WNW as our top percent gainer. I'm seeing just off the bat quite a few bottom bouncers. Okay, I'm seeing CMND with a reverse split pump just now, it looks like, or 847. So it wasn't just now. It was 15, 20 minutes ago or something like that on CMND. Their PR here is that they achieved positive results in cocaine addiction treatment. Looks like they pumped on the first two. Okay. WNW, no PR. On November 29th, they got a delisting determination. Announced it received a staff determination letter on November 24th, notifying the company that NASDAQ, they're going to delist the company's securities as of November 22nd because they had a closing bid of 10 cents or less for 10 consecutive trading days. Okay, you guys. This is super important, all right? Make sure to hit the like for this one. We talk about this all the time, all right? It's not just $1 that these companies have to hold. It's 10 cents. That's why we're seeing a lot of these things that are sub 10 cents bounce 100% pretty easily over 10 cents. I believe they're being manipulated to the upside so that they can maintain compliance. Does that make sense? They're down below 10 cents. A lot of these stocks are down below 10 cents because they're diluting. They're dumping. I believe they dump until it's sub 10 cents, where they are now going to be delisted again. And they're actually using the 10 cent mark almost like the dollar mark. Does that make sense? Let me know in chat, please. And please smash the like if that makes sense to you, because that's a very powerful scenario. All right, that's what we're seeing on WNW right now. We're going to go through the scan really quick, and then we're going to go through all these tickers. That's what I like to do, all right? So we got WNW, ALLR is our top percent gainer at $1. Okay, ALLR, they've got a PR this morning, lower float, 8K on early phase 2 data indicating clinical benefits. So it's not primary endpoints, it's nothing like that for the phase data. It's early phase data. But it's good news, especially because what is moving stocks right now, you guys? What news is moving stocks? Only biotech news for the most part, right? Biotech's phase 1, phase 2 news. Okay? So, we've got ALLR, floats 4 mil. We've got CMND, reverse split pump. Micro float, reverse split pump, right? HSCS, they've PR'd recently and struggled to move. They PR'd again today, saying that they received FDA confirmation for 510 clearance pathway. Like I said, I've been watching them PR and struggle lately. BIOL. I don't see a PR here. WHLR. First Greenday, I believe, off the top of my head. NXU, another one of these super cheapy stocks right here, announces their CFO's transitioning. We've got HCDI, don't see a PR. Well, December 4th they did PR, Form 4, it's not a PR. So those are kind of the main plays that are hitting my scan, the main gappers, right? Somewhat, if y'all follow along and know what my process, which is trying to keep up with what's happening in small cap day to day. Yesterday's action affects today's action. Today's action is going to affect tomorrow's action for me in terms of my perspective and how far these things can run and whatnot. Well, yesterday we had huge gappers, guys. My scan, not huge gappers this morning necessarily. So a little bit of a shift, quite a bit less on my scan this morning. And I'm not scanning on a lot. This is $50,000 volume. On my scan, 5% change, okay? So let's get to some charts real fast now. We just went through a bunch of tickers. Now the game is, let's hit these daily charts and then filings, and that is process, guys, right? I'm going to look to see if there's any edge anywhere for me this morning, any areas that I can trade, okay? Get great risk reward. And that is the idea. Here is WNW. We just talked about it, right? They got a delisting notice. They got a delisting notice because they're under 10 cents. Okay? They're under 10 cents. It's a big deal. Because if they're under 10 cents too long, they can be delisted again. It's not just that dollar mark, it's 10 cents. Right? Look at this. So any of these tickers, and there's quite a few of them still trading under 10 cents right now, potentially have an MO to move 100%, if that makes sense, or to get themselves well over 10 cents. And at this point on a lot of these tickers, I think this is Miwu. I'd imagine it's one of these Chinese pumps. Looks like a Chinese pump to me. You know, they're dumping, like we mentioned. Even this looks like a pump, like a recent pump, and then huge dump off the twos, okay? Down to 20 cents, down to 10 cents. They got a delisting notice. Now all of a sudden they're gapping. Okay. How am I going to look at MW? How much time we have? Oh, we got plenty of time this morning, y'all. We're going to get through all this pretty quick. And maybe get to some questions too. Okay. I'm looking at this pretty much like this in terms of risk reward. This would be sort of my risk area. Sorry. This would be sort of the support area that I'd be looking at personally. Obviously, it's kind of opening up near this area. Could easily fail too. It's up a ton on no real news other than a delisting notice. So the question is, what are they going to do with it at the end of the day? That ends up being the question, right? Same thing in terms of resistance. I kind of look at it like this. You know, you got pre-market resistance up there too. But in terms of a realistic range for this thing to trade in and a realistic way for me to trade it, that's kind of how I'd look at it. Support area, resistance area up here, right? Understanding they're trying to probably hold 10 today. It doesn't mean they have to, but they're trying to probably hold 10, right? Okay. Hopefully this makes sense to you guys. Certainly makes sense to me. Okay. So an ideal trade on something like this for me would be just a little reversal type area. That's a short. Would be something like this. Right? VWAP would be the first target. Get 1 to 3 to VWAP. This next area, 18 cents. Okay. And then pre-market highs. So ultimately, that's how I would frame this trade if it were to work out in my favor and set up decently for me. That's what it would have to kind of look like. Does that make sense to everyone? Hopefully it does. That's WNW. Again, this premise that they're going to try to hold 10 cents maybe today, that's the macro that I would be working off of. Okay? ALLR. Let's check the chart out first. Daily chart first. Always daily chart first. Looks ugly for some reason. Looks like they've done splits. They did a split back in March right here. A reverse split. They did a 1 for 35 reverse split. Okay. They did do a reverse split pump that they dumped into clearly twice. Does this make sense? These daily charts tell me they ran them probably on PRs a lot. Big runs, you guys. Close near lows, gap down. That tells me offering dog shit company type idea. Okay. I also see a reverse split here. Okay. Another reverse split, June 29th, this cycle that we're talking about, right? Reverse split pump. Look, reverse split, pump, gap down. Please tell me some of you are starting to understand this concept. These companies are all scams, every single one of them. If you go through the tickers, you will start to understand this. You will really, well, not just go through the tickers, but go through the tickers with me and understand what I'm trying to show you, which is macro. The dailies tell me everything I need to know. I've been doing this long enough. I go to the dailies. They tell me what I need. Okay? Please hit the like if this is starting to make sense. It's a scam, and you can take advantage of the scam. This S, yeah, it means split, but it also means scam time. Does that make sense? It means fresh low float. We can pump and dump. Look, they've done it twice this year already. Okay? So that just gives me a little cause for concern on something like ALLR this morning that is gapping up to $1. Does that make sense? I hope this makes sense. That being said, that gap down was to $4. And then there was this, look, another gap up on volume. Look at volume. It's not a shit ton of volume, 12.5 million shares, but it is some volume. Gap up, smack. Okay. So it gives me a little cause for concern. We're definitely going to have to hit the filings on ALLR. I have not even looked at the minute fucking chart yet, you guys. All of y'all are probably up in the minute already trying to trade it. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense to you. Now we'll hit the minute chart real quick. Map out what I need to see just in case. Yeah, we got time, 15 minutes, just in case the filings are clean enough for me to work with. Just because they were dumping at 4 and 3 and 2 does not necessarily mean they're dilutive down here. Maybe they've dumped all the shares that they had, and now they're not dumping for now. Okay, so that's what we have to try to figure out. So a lot of process before I get to the minute chart. I'm not trying to get to the minute chart and trade. Okay. If stuff's spiking pre-market, it's fine. Like CMND, I see it is spiking pre-market. That's fine. Okay. Thank you, my man. Thank you, Harley. For those of my who are my students and know how to do this and know how to go through filings and do all the things, we're still going to go through them together really fast anyways. Okay. But let's hit this. Same sort of idea. Resistance, right? Resistance. Support area. Keep it really simple. Okay, keep it really, really simple. In my eyes, a good trade's going to look something like this. If it sets up, it could also morning spike, in which case it won't necessarily provide an idea like this, right? But to get that real solid risk reward, it will be something like in this area, okay? Period. Sell at VWAP, sell at high day, sell at pre-market highs, right? Try to get my sweet risk reward to my pre-market highs. Try to get good risk reward to my initial target of VWAP or high of day, whatever comes first, okay? Hopefully that makes sense to you. I'm not going to spend too much more time talking about this because I need to look at the filings here. But this is just for my own reference, okay? CMND. Big spike on that PR. Reverse split pump. I've been trying to tell you guys, it's all a big scam, but once you know the scam, you can take advantage of it, all right? My last trade that I've placed was $24,000 on a similar sort of idea, on a different reverse split pump that I was swinging. Okay? And they put the PR out and I'm up 24 grand the next day. So it's crazy. It's amazing. And I am going to get you guys this full video lesson. It'll be a quick one on how I find the splits and all that good stuff. Okay? But this is a reverse split pump, okay? They did their split already. They did their split. They already ran, pumped, and dumped, okay? And these guys were running strictly because the other splits were running last week, by the way. They were just running in sympathy as well because of VVOS last week. CMND, I don't really have plans to trade this today. Kind of wacky now, right? Because this already ran last week is my issue. This is my issue, is like, I'm looking at this as a lot of resistance, in other words, a lot of bag holders potentially from last week as well. I hope it runs. The PR this week is better than last week's PR. I think they did PR last week. Okay. Could it rip? Totally. Totally. But is it as clean as I would like to see a chart like this that I'm trying to play? Nah, it's not. Okay. So could this totally work? It could. Do I have edge is the question. Do I have edge once this has spiked from 3 to the 6s? Answer's no. In my eyes, on this setup, I don't. Does it mean I can't trade it? No, not necessarily. I just need to know that my edge is diminished the second that the PR comes out on a reverse split and I'm not already long on it. Okay? Please let me know if that makes sense, y'all. It's a big, big deal. It's a big, big, big deal, okay? It's a big deal. Make sure to hit that like. I don't hold anything back from you guys just because this is free pre-market prep and you guys aren't paying students. I don't hold anything back. This is what I do every single morning for my students, every single day, same exact way, okay? So if you enjoy these pre-market prep sessions and the free information that I'm trying to get to you all so that you don't have to struggle as long as I did and as long as a lot of people are going to just continue to struggle, smash the like for me, and I appreciate it. So can I play an idea like this? Yeah, I can. You know, if it dips, let's go back in time. Let's see what was kind of holding. Here's their post-split high, which is usually a decently key level at times. You could see it even react to that post-split high when it pulled and then bounced. You know, $4 a share here, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. Okay, so maybe kind of this 5 area, 480 area, right? We could kind of consider just kind of heading back as a potential area where it may want to bounce this morning. Okay, does that make sense? And look where it kind of coincides with the action already this morning. So that's kind of what I would want to see from CMND. We don't have too much time left. Oh, by the way, if anyone does want to join pack and missed our Black Friday Cyber Monday sales, which were huge, we still do sales for people who join us through the pre-market preps too. It's 20% off. You just have to put coupon code 20 off, I think. I'm pretty sure. If not, we'll figure something out for you next week, but just so you know. Okay. CMND I've got mapped out. Again, we also have to remember probably some bags and stuff from the previous action. Okay. Up here, right? So from a risk reward standpoint, from a big picture standpoint, I just don't have edge like I'd like to on something like CMND. A few more tickers really quick. Let's just look at them. HSCS put out a little PR this morning, another bottom bounce idea. They tried to pop last week and struggled a little bit after hours, you know. Here's their daily. This is the day I was talking about. They tried to gap big and then they got pretty slammed. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. Still maybe worth a watch, I suppose. But it looked like they were dumping last week. Two more. Let's look. WHLR first Greenday setup in my eyes. Okay, and potential multi-day, multi-week breakout setup in my eyes. This has the makings of it. 3 big days, 3 fade days, and I think we're gapping up this morning. So here's the first Greenday I'll watch, potentially, on WHLR. Okay, on WHLR. Looks like they popped pretty hard pre-market too, and they've pulled hard. Looks like they popped all the way back to 50 or 60 cents pre-market for some reason already. Certainly worth a watch. That's my only thing. Definitely will keep eyes. VVOS was the other. And VVOS sketches me a bit, okay? I was working with my people on this yesterday. But essentially we are gapping up this morning just so slightly that it kind of bothers me. It already popped towards 1680, so I'm wondering, in my eyes, a bunch of people got long this morning, trying to get a first Greenday, maybe some longer-term shorts covering a little bit. It's only $24,000 volume, or I'm sorry, volume this morning on VVOS. So the only issue I have on the VVOS Greenday is the amount of downside that's still left in it. Ah, dang it. Sorry. Is the amount of downside, speaking of, see Bitcoin, holy shit. Is that there's still a decent amount of range, okay, to the downside is my only issue. But if we hold yesterday's lows, okay, if we hold yesterday's lows and then go green and hold green, in my eyes, maybe we'll get a push today. If we get a push on first green days, I was talking to my people about it, I'd look at like $25 as kind of a reasonable target, okay? A reasonable target. It's a very caveman method that I use, which is it went from 4 to 50. Maybe it can bounce halfway up to like $25. I just want my perspective not to be too crazy. I want it to be in line with the chart. Kind of makes sense to me. You know, we could wipe out a few days of panic, but at the same time, remember there are bag holders. Okay? Remember that there's bag holders. So that's kind of it for the new tickers. We got a first few green days to watch. BETS is one that we might see, like I said, try to push 10 cents again. A couple of these cheaper stocks we may see. Again, WNW, we may see them try to hold that 10 cent range that we were kind of mentioning. Which would be cool if that materialized, but ALLR kind of sketch. Let's do more process, y'all. Let's do more process really fast. Hold on. Boom, dilution tracker again. Big deal, y'all. Boom, really simple. This is the site I use. It should be, I think, in the description below. Okay, I use this for a lot of things now. It's not a lot of websites made their way into my process, my trading process. This is one of them. It cut down filings so much. Let's just do it together. WNW. So they give you these little Overall risk medium. Okay, these are pretty good actually. These are pretty reliable. Historically high means historically they've dumped, which you can see usually in the chart. But they don't look to be dilutive at the moment. And this is what I was saying. Maybe they've been dilutive in the past, like historically super high, but right now, maybe not so much. These are the outstanding shares. And if there were a lot of pending shares to be dumped, they would be here. Okay, maybe we'll see one next that has them. So what do they have? They've got some unregistered April 22 convertible note warrants that are not registered, so they can't be used at 60 cents exercise price. That's 60 cents exercise price, okay? They've got another one that's convertible after 6 months, not registered at 50 cents. So that's it. Not much there. Not a lot of overhead. Not a lot of ability. So WNW, I'd consider decently clean for today. As if I'm not going to be dumped on today if I'm trading it today, okay? Write down the list really fast. We're running out of time before market open, but this is how fast I can do this now. Look at ALLR. I knew it. These sons of a bitches, right? Float shares outstanding, 4.5. Overall risk, high. Does it mean I'm not trading it? It doesn't always mean that. Just because there's dilution does not mean I'm not necessarily going to trade it. But it does mean that I definitely need to nail down entries near lows. Okay, definitely I'm not chasing in highs on something like this. Not that I ever really do. Okay, but let's look into it really fast, right? And I told you this would be like that when we went through this chart. It's not rocket science. In other words, when we went through the chart itself, right, on ALLR, we looked through the daily chart. I told you this is an offering, right? That's an offering. And then there's some probably dirty business up in here too, okay? Post-split pump offering. Post-split pump offering. Okay? Hopefully you guys are starting to understand that these tickers are dog crap. Don't buy into the news. Don't care about what the news or the PR is. It's all dog crap. All that matters to me are they in the area in which they are going to be pumping and running, or are they not? Are they in the small period of time where this ticker is fucking tradable, or is it not? Okay? Not just every day. This is a stock selection issue, you guys. Right? Look, split. They were playable back then. Here. They were playable here. Okay? Are they bottom bouncing? Is that what they're doing here? I don't know. Are they going to do a bottom bounce here? I don't know. I know it's not going to be the most powerful part of a move for a company like this, okay? Anyways, quickly. Let's get back to DT. We're running out of time, y'all. We're running out of time. S1 in progress already. Okay, we know from October they've got an S1 in progress. They're about to dump again, just to let you know, on ALLR. They've also got warrant coverage, 100% warrant coverage priced. AGP's the placement agent. Final pricing of 75 cents. Warrants, exercise price 85 cents on ALLR. Okay. That's a March S1. And 450. So that's what you're seeing. We've got 7 million warrants here. You can see that. The float's 4, but they've got 7 million in warrants overhead, or more than double the float. They've got some convertible preferred shares and some warrants, 7.18 million warrants. Okay? At the moment, and they're going to have more. July 23 warrants at $1. Look. So at $1 too, there's 3 million warrants right here at $1 right now. They are cashing in. Do you understand this? Please let me know if that makes sense. At $1 right now, we just crossed $1. They can cash in on this stuff. Okay? Right now. So that's ALLR. They're dilutive for sure. You know, could it run? Yeah, totally. Could they hold $1? Yes, they could. Are they dilutive? Yes, they are. Are they going to dump? Yes, they will. Okay? So just know that if you're buying shares, they may be shares that, poof, they've just poof, new shares for you, right? Money in my pocket. Markets are open, y'all. Markets are open. Okay. Let me just, we didn't get through all of these tickers, but it's okay. We're going to have to make do. If you are Wolfpack, I will see you in the chat. We'll be on Wolf stage for a live trading webinar right now. So I'll catch you guys all over there. For those who joined me for pre-market prep this morning, we did just run out a little bit of time, which is fine. But thank you so much for joining me this morning. Hopefully you got something from my pre-market prep process. VVOS is moving and probably halting right now. So first Greenday there, potentially I don't chase it, unfortunately. And we'll see what that does. Normally when these things spike on first Greenday, they're going to pull really, really hard too. And for me, generally that is the entry. So that's kind of what I would need. I would need a really hard pull to take place in this first Greenday now. And it's just going to be too late, it looks like. So, oh well, no big deal. If you enjoyed this pre-market prep, I do this every single day with my students and then trade live for an hour to 2 hours. And then I do power hour prep live, sometimes trade the afternoons live too. So I'm doing 1 to 2 webinars a day, not a fucking week like the rest of these cats. A day. I want you guys to see every single day the different conditions, how I trade it, all the different strategies, everything I do, I trade it live every single day, twice a day, essentially. And that's been a big game changer for my students, along with doing one-on-ones, doing a lot of stuff. I'm the most present mentor that there is. Maybe a lot of it has to do with my personal situation, just being a dad. Look at VVOS. Beautiful little first Greenday spike. That's kind of what I'd be looking for. I don't like trading straight morning spikes, but anyways, that's what I do. 20 off. If you put in the coupon code, you'll get 20% off. All right. Love to work with more of you. We are growing pretty fast. We are going to have to cap the one-on-one stuff at some point, just because there's only one of me, but it's been great. So if you're looking for a home, if you're looking for a mentor, and you're trading small cap long, there's really only one place to be right now, in my opinion. And that is the pack. It's a really special place that's growing. So much love to all of you. Thank you so much for joining. If you want, again, rwtrades.com, 20 off is the coupon code to get yourself a discount, and we will catch you guys in the pack. If not, I've got a couple videos coming to you guys on YouTube this week. One on reverse splits, a very basic how I find them, how they work kind of idea for the reverse split pump swing trading. And then I've got another one coming to you guys this week. And then we'll be announcing our live schedule for next year, sometime next week. So in terms of the live boot camps again. So thank you guys so much for joining me. We will catch you guys all in the Discord right now for live webinar. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe. Is there a lifetime membership? There is. You just have to get in touch with Tanner once you get in the chat. It's the easiest way, is just join the monthly first. We credit you if you want to be in lifetime and stuff like that anyways, and all that good stuff. So any other questions? I will take a few more questions. And then I got to head over for our Webby. Oh, psych. Psych. I got to go. Love you all. Stay safe. Wolves, I will catch you in the Discord right now. All right? Peace.